I put off making this video for like well over a month now, and I'm not going to apologize for it because I've been busy. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but Demon Slayer is like the best anime of the decade. Nay, the entire century according to you guys. Just in the early 2010s alone, it beat out Puella Madoka Magica, which completely revolutionized the entire magical girl genre. Attack on Titan, which pushed anime into the general mainstream. Sword Art Online, which despite sucking real bad, popularized the entire isekai genre for well over a decade. Steins Gate, which is one of the best written shows I've ever seen, and also has one of the highest rated scores on my anime list. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which has a very, very vocal community on the internet, and has well over 30 years worth of history behind its belt, etc, etc. Beyond my saltiness on terrible decisions made by the goddamn average anime fan, though, I do have to give credit where credit is due. Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer pretty good. Yeah. The animation is really good, the fight choreography is pretty solid, there's a lot of weight behind every swing, and the sound of it is so... The sound of it is so goddamn good. I think other than like Your Lie in April, other goddamn music, manga, whatever, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Demon Slayer has been one of the best anime adaptations that benefited from the extra sensory experience of jumping from manga to anime. I feel like I didn't need to explain that part. Contrary to all the needless negativity in my previous videos, however, I still have to compliment Gotoge Sensei on things that she did good. So that's what this is. I don't know how to transition. While her stylization looks a bit off on paper, the weapons and the attire look so good. The kimonos are by far one of the most aesthetically pleasing parts of the entire series, with each design having something that's unique and recognizable on each individual character. If I were to refer to someone as the half and half Hattori, I'm decently confident that you would be able to know who the heck I'm talking about. Furthermore, all the handguards and the blades in the series, I especially like Tengens and Tokitos and Don't Tell Anyone, but I also like Tsunemis, which is, I know that's a real big shocker, ain't it? All the previous compliments about the attire and the weapons also applies to the entire atmosphere of the whole setting. The building architecture just exudes that Taisho era feeling, despite me not having any idea if it's at all historically accurate. In terms of world building, it's pretty convincing, I can feel the culture. The viewer truly becomes engaged in the culture of Japan like 1.5 centuries ago, which honestly, considering how it's just like 20 years, it feels like a completely alternate universe, minus the man-eating demon part. Kanroji, the love Hashira, has a sword that, let's be frank, it makes no fucking sense. I'm sure that when it gets animated though, it will look amazing, considering how it bends and twists and turns just like a snake, which is something that she probably stole from Obanai.
Get in already.
People online went super hard over Rengoku's appearance, claiming how it was stupid, over the top, and just completely unnecessary. I'm not those people, as you can probably tell based off my inflection. I don't know about you, but if I look at a character and I immediately understand their power set and just their general personality, isn't that a sign of good character design? Rengoku never claims to break any new grounds as a shonen character, but he plays his role as the passionate mentor extremely well. Even though I think Rengoku is still freaking useless, I have to give credit where credit is due. One look at the guy is all it takes to really understand his entire character, which I say kudos to the artist for that. Honestly, all of the Hashira, most of the Hashira all look really strong and kind and dependable, except Tsunemi, as I'm sure you were expecting. Their faces all match their distinct personalities, and I think that's kind of all you can ask for in a series like this. At least they don't all look the freaking same. Sorry, I don't know what got over me right there. Just for the record, my favorite character is Mitsuru Kanroji because I thought she was the funniest by far. Her reaction faces are priceless, and I feel like she's still decently strong. I'd say, like, about the same as Rengoku. But unlike Rengoku, she actually lives beyond a single fight, so maybe she's... No, I still think she's weaker. I thought the juxtaposition between her appearance and her strength was honestly really charming to me. It was entertaining. I liked her backstory, and I really liked her design. Overall, she's my favorite. If she were the protagonist of her own Shonen Jump series, I'd probably read it. She's a bit like a goofy Tanjiro, but her love interest can't be Obanai because his personality does not match her at all. That's a predicament. And I don't know if you know this, but Tokido is also very good boy. If you can't tell, I really like the Sword Village arc. He accomplishes so much for his age, which is really impressive considering he's like younger than Tanjiro, right? I think. Yeah, let's go with that. He practically soloed the upper 5th guy, which was good accomplishment, and then he also did severe damage to the upper one, which was, you know, also a really big accomplishment. I think with his KDA, he's like one of the most... No, maybe he is the most useful Hashira. Yeah, I could believe that. Moreover, his apathetic personality really resonated with me because the best caring is not caring. That's a line. Yep. The gradient in his hair, the blue one, really solid. I like it. Most of the characters with the gradient in their hair are pretty solid because you got Kano, you got not Shinobu. Shinobu's still useless. You know what? Screw it. Let's just make a Hashira tier list right now. I promise I'm not padding out the run timer, dude. Okay, so obviously we have Miss Love Hashira up in S tier. She's hot. I'm shallow. That's like the best combination you can ever have. And on the opposite end of the spectrum is the person who deserves a Netflix documentary based off the abhorrent behavior he displayed towards Nezuko. Fuck you tier. Just quickly throw Tokido in A tier. Go, get in there. We all know. I love you, man. Obanai's fucking useless. Smack that snake. Every single fucking website says he's like the 2nd strongest Hashira, and I'm just like, fuck no. He's weak as shit. Why do you think that? Now here's a real controversial take. I'm gonna put Gumi from Pokemon up there. Go! Top the tier list right now. I love him. Strong man protects some orphans. That's pretty good backstory. And then you gotta beat the demon with your fucking hands. And then we contrast this with fucking weak-ass Shinobu. Go straight down. Bye-bye. Never see you again. She dead. Wait, am I stupid? Why did I start with the top and bottom? I guess we have the middle left. I didn't think this part through. Place your bets as to the order of the last 3 Hashira. If you guess correctly, you get nothing. That's how these bets work. I'm not giving you money out. Alrighty then, did you do it? No? That's fine, I don't care that much. Anyways, at dead last, we have Mr. Died because the author really wanted a death. You see what I did there? Dead last? I'm such a comedy genius, am I right? In second place, which is actually the dead middle, we have Mr. Tengen, aka God of Festivals. Just like Inosuke with a color palette, dude. And by process of elimination, I'm sure you figured it out. Our final member is Itachi, my favorite Uchiha member. Wait, it's not Itachi? It's Giyu? Oh. I'm disappointed. Just quickly while we're on the topic of characters that are neat, and because I brought her up earlier, Kano! I like Kano.
Goodbye.
Kanao? Kanao. Kanao. Kano. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but she's really cute. She's cute. I like her backstory, which is apparently anime only because I don't remember reading it in the manga. Gradient hair? Radiant hair. Just to be a negative Nancy for a bit, though. There's so many parts in the series where just
6
months or even years just pass without anything happening. Tanjiro started as like a 15-year-old, right? Pretty sure he ends when he's 18. God damn. He spent like 6 months recovering after freaking Upper Six, man. I think that even though it's realistic, because that's how long it takes humans to freaking recover from deadly injuries, even though they should actually be dead, but whatever. It's just like, what's the point? What's the point? It also destroys the pacing for the beginning of the manga, because Tanjiro's training arc, it fucking sucked. But when the plot calls for a time of peace, Gotoge Sensei really delivered, because I thought the pacing for those parts was honestly really good. You got the training arc, the later one, not the early one. I hate the early one. The Hashira training arc was pretty solid. The gap between the Mugen train and the Red Light District arc. What the heck was that line? Honestly, I would have probably even made the training arcs even slower. Not the beginning one. The beginning one sucked. I don't like the beginning one. In this hypothetical where she made the training arcs longer, she could throw in more character interactions in between, and that's like character development, because character development good. Because most of the characters suck in terms of development. You remember that talk with Gumi during the Hashira training arc? The one where he talks about... I feel like that's a shining example of what all the Hashira could have been, because that one conversation made him go from like bottom of the tier to third. If Gotoge Sensei put something before Mugen Train, maybe I would have actually cared that Rengoku died. Maybe. After all, despite having a plot that's just like meh, the character designs are really good, and they have good personalities. They just don't have the depth to freaking back them up. Still looking at you, Tsunemi. Never change, but please change immediately. I still don't care for any of your backstory. I also personally just think that the funny parts of Demon Slayer were the best parts. This is why I love Kanroji so much, because she supplied so much of the humor while she was on screen. And I know that Zenitsu was supposed to take that role also, but he had a couple funny jokes in there. I'll give him that. If Gotoge Sensei's next work is a romantic comedy series, you know for sure I am reading the heck out of that. Wait, what? What did you just... Oh. I did not know they confirmed that. While making all three of these videos, I forced myself to rewatch Demon Slayer going in with a negative mindset, because that's just kind of how I am. And you know what? It was better than I expected. Going in with a negative mindset really shaped just how I was going to view the series. And it was good because of it. When you expect the worst and come out with something not the worst, you feel good. It could also just be me watching the anime after reading the manga instead of the other way around like I did the first time. You know the joke John Mulaney made about the lobster and the Skittles? How... Fuck. You know what? Let's just put it on.
Oh yeah? Well, my favorite foods are lobster and Skittles. Those are equal in my eyes.
Yeah, that joke was sort of irrelevant, but it's kind of like that. Eating an open-faced ham sandwich right after eating just like top-tier A5 Wagyu beef just isn't gonna be the same. It just feels stupid picking the inferior way of experiencing a story when such a good adaptation exists and has existed for multiple years now and has multiple seasons coming up and are confirmed. This is a billion-dollar industry. Pick the best one. I don't think the manga was ever terrible. I just think that the anime was just too high quality to experience back-to-back without any sort of palate cleanser in between. I need a palate cleanser. And you know what makes the best palate cleanser? Shitty harem manga, cause they all taste the same no matter how much you fucking eat of it. Time to make a video on my favorite one. I'm going fucking crazy. Please look forward to it when I make that video in like 3 months.